Wonderful. So let's just start by getting settled together. Um, scoot back a little bit. So you might choose to start with your eyes closed. You might choose to keep your eyes open, but just make a decision and then take a moment just to kind of be settled on your chair, or if you're standing, just to feel your feet on the ground, to notice your breath. If you're in a chair, you might feel your bottom resting on the chair. And sometimes it takes a moment to kind of settle. So I sometimes like to lean a little bit forward, kind of move the sitting bones back a little bit, then maybe lean backward a little bit, feeling the tailbone get heavy, just kind of sinking down. Maybe you even decide you want to prop your bottom up a little higher so that your hips are higher than your knees. So if you feel like you want to do that and you haven't already, you might take a moment for that. And then with the eyes closed or the gaze steady, really bringing attention now into your breathing. So I just want to start simple, just noticing when you are breathing in and noticing when you are breathing out. So you're not even really taking the breath, you're simply receiving and noticing the breath. When you notice the breath, there might be sounds, sensations, movements that accompany that breathing. We'll start to kind of refine the awareness of that a little bit. If you're able to breathe in and out through your nose, you might breathe in and out through your nose. Breathing through the nose, you might notice the kind of different sound and sensation of that breath moving across the back of the throat. You might feel or sense your torso moving as you breathe. And sometimes this is a little counterintuitive, but on the inhalation, there's a softening in the belly, or you could allow that. There's an expansion in the torso. On the exhalation, you might feel a natural drawing up and in of the navel, a toning of the belly, softening of the hips and shoulders. So repeat that a few times, just opening, expanding, softening on the inhale. Drawing in, grounding down, settling on the exhale. As you're breathing this way, you might even bring a sense of interest to that movement. And as you spread and expand and open on the inhale, you might feel a movement in the pelvic floor spreading and expanding. And then on the exhale, if you could imagine a lifting and toning of the pelvic floor as the navel draws up and in, as the hips settle and the shoulders soften. And one more time with that awareness, that inhalation, spreading, expanding, opening. Maybe it's the pelvic floor and the belly and the torso. On the exhalation, there could be a toning and a lifting from the inside. And with your next exhale, just let your chin drop to the chest, and then you might just open your eyes if they were closed. With your head tipped forward, you might just look down at your feet and feel the feet resting on the ground. Just take a moment to feel the feet on the earth and then just lift the gaze forward. Let's go ahead and place the hands on top of the head. So interlace the fingers, palms resting on the crown of the head. And so you could explore here how when you knit the fingers, rest the hands on top of the head, let the arms actually be heavy. So there's not a sense of tightening in the shoulders, if you can imagine it. So the interlacing of the fingers kind of creates a little support so the arms can be heavy and they don't fall down because the fingers are woven together. And then as the arms are heavy, applying some weight to the top of the head, just from the weight of the arms, you might feel a natural kind of rising through the crown of the head, lengthening through the neck into the palms as the arms are heavy. Let's take 2 more breaths here, just inhaling and exhaling. And then just exhale, take 1 more inhale, and then as you exhale, just let the arms release and drift down. I like to rest my hands, palms up, so backs of the hands on the knees for just a moment there. Let's bring the hands to rest on the chest, just below the collarbones. So fingers are kind of pointing towards each other, palms are resting just below the collarbones. Arms are heavy again. So just the hands resting there and the heaviness of the arms just creates a little bit of weight on the chest. And just again, about 3 full deep breaths, just feeling the sound, the sensation, the movement of the breath. Another breath all the way out. Exhaling, drawing the belly in. Inhale 1 more time, and then exhale, just let the arms drift down with the palms turned up. One more thing, let's place the hands at the tops of the thighs. Hands at the tops of the thighs. So I kind of have my thumbs resting in the groin and the heels of my hands in the groin a little bit. And then I'm just going to let the arms relax, the shoulders relax, and just the weight of the arms down through the hands resting on the upper legs, and just breathing here. And so again, it's the simplicity of simply noticing when you are inhaling, noticing when you are exhaling. And then maybe you start to explore a little more deeply with the breath, the breathing through the nose, the movement of the torso, maybe even the pelvic floor as you breathe. Let's find another inhalation. And then just exhale, let the hands slide down towards the knees, maybe turn the palms open for a moment. Open palms. All right, so we're gonna just do a few of our facial stretches, maybe adding one additional one that we haven't been doing recently. So we'll start by just doing that O shape with the mouth, gaze up to the eyebrows without wrinkling the forehead skin, breathing through the nose. So you might like to place your hands on your forehead to keep that skin smooth. Drop the bottom jaw, O face with the mouth, breathing through the nose, gazing up. 3 breaths. And exhale, release. Bring the arms down, relax the face and the jaw. Do this 2 more times for 3 breaths each. So again, dropping the bottom jaw, making that O shape with the mouth, stretching the front of the face, gazing up, breathing through the nose, 3 breaths. 1, 2, and exhale number 3, release. Just pause for a breath. And 1 more time, same thing. Dropping the bottom jaw, O face with the mouth, gaze to the eyebrows, breathing 3 breaths through the nose. 1, 2, and exhale number 3. just releasing. Excellent. So we'll let that right arm reach out at 45 degrees, just out of the shoulder, 45 degrees out to the right. Sitting up really nice and tall, take the left arm and bring the left fingertips to the temple skin on the right side of the head. And then you pull gently 45 degrees with the left fingers, reach through the right arm, and then tip the left ear to the left shoulder. Drop the tongue out of the left corner of the mouth and breathe through the nose. 3 breaths. Inhale, release. Exhale, pause. I really like that one. Let's take the left arm, reach at 45 degrees to the left, just angling straight out of the shoulder at 45 degrees. Sitting up really nice and tall, then the right arm comes around. So you just place your fingertips on the skin of your temple and pull gently 45 degrees up, and then let the head tip to the right. Breathe through the nose, drop the tongue straight down out of the right corner of the mouth. Last exhale. And then inhale, release it. Exhale, pause. Just notice what you feel. Okay, let's interlace the hands. So I'm interlacing my fingers and my arms are reaching straight out in front. And then I'm gonna bring my arms over to the right, turn my head to the left, and then I'm gonna like purse my lips up to the left, kind of stretching the face a little bit, stretching the upper back. Good, inhale, center. Other side, exhale, turn the head to the right, the arms to the left, push the lips, purse the lips up as you tip your head a little bit. About 3 breaths. And inhale back to center, and exhale, release the arms. Good, so let's do our arm circles. Right arm circling back 5 times, like a backstroke. That's 1 and 2. And just keep breathing. 3, breathing through the nose if you can. Pain-free range of motion. 4. So any size circle. Last one is number 5. Let's go the other direction. So circling the right arm forward and around 5 times. That's 1. And again, just modify the size of the circle to the pace, really to suit your needs right now, what feels useful. 3, 4, and I kind of like to let my shoulder blade really move around on my back. And last one is 5. You might just let the arm rest at your side for a moment. Sit up nice and tall. And then I like to rest the back of my right hand on my thigh. You can do what you like. Let's do the other side. Left arm circling back and around 5 times. That's 1. You can really imagine that you're swimming. 2, 3, just full deep breaths. I like to take that inhalation as I circle up and around, exhaling, coming down. 4, and 1 more. Circling, number 5. Let's do the other direction, circling forward. And again, any size. That's 1. Breathing. 2, 3, 4. 1 more circle. Exhaling, number 5. You might just let your arm rest at your side and pause. And then bring the hand up. So let's place hands on the knees or thighs. I like to have them for this one, palms down. We're going to do our cat-cow movement, which is mainly a spinal movement, but it will involve your hips and shoulders too. So as you're inhaling, arching the back, tipping forward over the sitting bones, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the head, tipping the head back. And then exhaling, rounding, pressing the hands into the thighs, rounding the back, curling in, tucking the tail and the chin. Let's do that again. Inhale, rolling the shoulders back, tipping the pelvis forward, arching the back, looking up, and exhaling, rounding, curling, scooping and bowing in. 3 more. Inhale, rolling the shoulders back, arching the back, lifting the chest. Exhaling, curling in, tucking the tail and bowing the head. Again, inhale, arching the back, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chin, looking up. Exhale, rounding, curling so the back rounds towards the back of the chair. 1 more like that. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders back, arching the back, lifting the chin. Exhaling, curling, scooping, rounding, bowing. Good. Let's rise into neutral. And just soften the shoulders and settle for a moment. So we're going to return to that movement in just a moment and add the lifting of each knee, if you like. But before we do that, we're going to let the arms reach forward with the palms touching. And then just simply inhale, open the arms, let the chest come forward and the arms back. Exhale, pull the palms back together. Repeat this a couple more times. Inhale, opening the arms. Exhale, pulling the palms together. Again, inhale, opening the arms. Yeah, exhale, pulling together. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, just arms wide, chest forward. Exhale, back together. Last one, inhale, open. This is a good movement to move lymph through your arms. Exhale, back together. And then just rest the hands down again. Good. So we're going to return to cat-cow now and add the option on the curling. You can lift your knee towards your nose and we'll alternate sides. So hands on the knees or thighs. Inhale, arch the back, tip the head back, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, you can roll back over your sitting bones, tuck your tail, maybe pull the right knee towards your nose as you bow your head. And then bring the right foot down and arch the back as you inhale, lift the chin, open the chest. Exhale, rounding again. Again, this time you can pull the left knee to the nose as you curl in. And then left foot down, inhaling, arching the back, lifting the chest. Let's do it again on each side. Exhale, rounding, curling, pulling the right knee in as you bow your head. Inhale, right foot down. Arching the back, looking up. Exhaling to the left, rounding the back, curling in, pulling the knee to the nose. Inhale back to center. Let's do that 1 more time. Arching the back, kind of feels good in the core. Exhale, curling, bring the right knee in. 1 more time, other side, right foot down, inhaling. And now exhaling, curling the left knee in, bowing the head. Inhale, left foot down, arching. And exhale, just pause in neutral. Okay, so we're going to do our kind of variation on a sun salutation from this seated position. You can also do this standing, totally fine either way. So we're coordinating the movements with the breath as much as possible. So as you inhale, you can let your arms reach up. Maybe they reach a little bit forward and you might even look up. And then exhale, let the arms come wide like you're swimming and bow forward towards your legs. Maybe your head comes all the way down. And then keep your torso closer to your thighs, but bring your hands to your knees and just lengthen your spine and lift your collarbone so you just get a little bit longer. And then exhale, folding back down over the legs. Press into the feet. Inhale, circle the arms up, lifting the torso, reaching up, maybe looking up. And then arms just widen down, exhaling like you're swimming. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, circling up, maybe looking up, reaching up. Exhale, you just lean forward, closing the space between your torso and your legs, circling the arms, widen down. Inhale, touch your knees, lengthen your spine without lifting your torso away from your legs. And then exhale, just soften, release down with the head all the way. Inhale, press the feet down, circle the arms overhead, maybe looking up, reaching up. And then just like you're swimming, arms widen down. Exhaling 1 more time, same thing. Inhale, reaching up. Lengthening up through the fingertips. Exhale, folding forward over the legs. Stay over your legs, but just bring the hands to the knees. Slide the collarbones forward, lengthen the spine and look up. And then exhale, soften all the way back down again. Pressing into the feet, circling the arms overhead, breathing in, looking up. Arms just drifting wide and down like you're swimming, rising tall through the crown. Just pause and have a breath here. So for some of these leg stretches, it might feel good to lean back on your chair. We're going to start by just stretching the right leg out. And you can either have your right heel on the floor or you can lift your leg and hover it. It's going to be harder if you lift the leg. You decide. We're just going to point and flex the foot. That's 1. We'll do it 5 times. 2, pointing and flexing. That's 3, pointing and flexing. That's 4, pointing and flexing. That's 5. Good. Let's bring the right foot down. Same thing, other side. Leaning back a little bit or sitting upright, stretching that leg out, either heel resting on the ground or leg lifting. You decide, pointing the toes, flexing them, 1, pointing them, flexing them, 2, pointing, flexing, 3, pointing, flexing, 4, pointing, and flexing, 5. Let's place that foot down. Good. So for our fingers, resting the backs of the hands on the knees, palms up. Let's start with the right hand, and we'll just tap the thumb to the pinky, the ring, the middle, and the pointer, and then just trace back to the pinky. So just tapping the tip of the thumb to the tip of each finger. As much as possible, really tapping the tip to the tip so you can get as precise as you like. And just a couple more cycles. Just articulating the fingers however quickly you can. And once you get back to the pinky, we'll just pause and let that palm rest. Another breath, just breathing in and breathing out. And let's do the other side. So same thing, other side, left hand, tapping the tip of the thumb to the tip of each finger. And you can always challenge yourself with the precision of that tip to tip tapping, with the pace. See what works for you today. Good, just keep going another time or 2. And then the next time you get back to your pinky, just pause and rest your left hand. And then let's do both hands together. So just tapping the tip of the thumb to the tip of each finger on both hands simultaneously. Just see how that feels today. Could be quick or slow, whatever pace works. Okay, next time you get back to your pinky, just pause and let the hands rest. Okay, and then we'll come to a couple more of our leg stretches. So you might like to lean back for this one. It's okay to sit upright. You might even eventually lean forward, but let's lift the right knee, cross the right ankle on the left thigh. So we're just crossing the right ankle on the left thigh. And then again, see what's going to work today. So sometimes leaning back is going to feel the best. You might enjoy sitting up nice and tall, right up on top of your sitting bones. And you could even kind of hold your knee with your hand, your right hand, just to give it a little support. You might even decide to lean forward towards your shin. If you're leaning forward, at least for now, see if you can keep your spine really nice and long. So you're not collapsing forward. You're just lengthening and closing the space between your torso and your right shin, breathing through the nose. If you're clenching in your shoulders or your face, you might just exhale nice and slow, soften, see if you can let some of that tension go. If it means coming out of the pose a little bit, do that. Let's find one more exhale wherever you are with this one. And then we'll inhale, start to come out of it. If you're not already leaning back, you might enjoy leaning back just to release that right foot. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. So bringing the left knee up, crossing ankle on thigh. And one leg might feel different than the other. So you can really be respectful and responsive to that. And again, it might feel good to kind of hold the knee with the left hand. So either leaning back or sitting upright, right up on top of the sitting bones, or maybe leaning in. And again, as you're leaning in, it's with a kind of a lengthened spine, not a collapsed spine. And maybe you can draw the navel towards the spine as you exhale. Let's find another breath here, exhaling all the way. And then wherever you are, just starting to come out of it. And if you're not already leaning back, you might enjoy leaning back just to release it. And then you might like to start with the next one, leaning back as well a little bit, stretching the right leg and the left leg out in front of you. So just stretching the legs out. I like to kind of have my legs active. So you could kind of firm your thighs a little bit. And then if you start off leaning back, see if you can come right up on top of your sitting bones. And then as long as you don't feel like you're going to fall off of your chair, you could start to slide your hands down your legs and just kind of fold over your legs. And it's okay if you feel like, oh, I should bend my knees and kind of have my knees bent so that my legs feel a little, like have a little more support. See what works. Let's find about 3 more breaths. So inhaling and exhaling, 1, wherever you are. Draw the navel to spine on the exhale. 2. Last exhale is 3. Good. Let's start to slowly come up. So you might kind of slide your feet in, bending your knees as you rise, and place your feet on the ground. Good. Let's find a breath in. Let both arms reach up if you can. And then on the exhale, we'll let the right arm drop down. So left arm is up, right arm is down. And then just leaning to the right. Leaning to the right. So draw your belly in, reach up through your left arm. Take a comfortable gaze with your eyes. 1 more exhale here. Dropping the tailbone. And then if you can, right arm drifts up on the inhale. And other side, left arm dropping down, exhaling. And it's just simple, just breathing. Noticing the breath, the sound, the sensation, the movement. Another exhale here. And then inhale, both arms up. Let's take the right hand to the back of the chair and the left hand to the right knee as we exhale. So a twist. And just, it doesn't have to look like the twist I'm doing. Just feel into it. So we're just turning to the right. Any amount. You might kind of gaze over your right shoulder, draw your navel to spine, broaden your collarbones. Another exhale, maybe softening the shoulders a little bit, the face and the throat. Excellent. Let's inhale the next time you breathe in. Release your arms back up and overhead if you can. And then to the other side, turning to the left. So left hand to the back of the chair, right hand to the left knee. And again, a simple, spacious inhale, rising to the collarbones. Exhale, drawing the belly in, softening the shoulders, face and throat, maybe gazing over the left shoulder. One more exhale here. Excellent. Inhale, rising, letting the arms maybe drift back up. Arms wide and down. Exhaling. Let's take the feet a little bit wider than the hips. So I kind of have my feet pretty wide apart, toes turned out. And then let's just start with the hands on the thighs and just leaning forward a little bit. So hands are just on the thighs. I'm kind of pushing onto my thighs with my hands and just leaning over the legs a little bit, leaning in between the legs a little bit. Sinking in, leaning forward. Another exhale. Press into the feet, inhale, come back up. And then we'll take that right arm on the inside of the right knee. Palm is open. I'm just going to start to turn to the left. And you can either keep left hand on the top of the left thigh, and I'm kind of pushing it as I press into my right forearm, turning open with the chest, or you can reach that left arm up and open that way. And maybe you like to slide a little lower with the right arm. Just see what works. Take a steady gaze with your eyes, breathing 3 breaths through the nose if you can. 1, 2, again, keeping that left arm low is totally fine if you like. And last exhale is 3. Let's inhale, release it. Exhale, pause. Just settle for a moment. Let's do the other side, sliding on the inside of the left knee. Left forearm, and I'm kind of pressing into that forearm to help open my chest and turn it to the right. And then either right hand on the top of the right thigh, kind of pressing down to help open the chest, or right arm reaching, opening, maybe even looking that direction. 3 breaths through the nose if you can. 1, drop the tailbone, draw the belly in. 2, exhale all the way. Number 3, good. And then inhale, releasing it. Exhale, just pause. Maybe close your eyes. Just notice the sound, the sensation, the movement of the present moment. Okay, let's bring our feet a little closer together again, probably about hip widths distance apart. Okay, and then take your fists with the knuckles of the thumbs and the pointer fingers touching, and place the fists in between your knees. Soften the face, throat, and shoulders, and then tip forward over your sitting bones a little bit just to deepen the groin and bring the natural curve into your lower back. And then squeeze your hands with your knees. So I'm squeezing my knees onto my hands and dropping the tailbone to help lift and tone the belly. Let's breathe 5 breaths here. This is 1. Breathing through the nose if you can, just squeezing with the legs, drawing the belly in. 2. 3, you can close your eyes or take a steady gaze. 4. And exhale, number 5, just release and pause. So hands can release from between the legs. And just a breath in and a breath out. So without moving your legs, so you just kind of brought them about hip width distance apart to do the squeezing on the knees. Keep them right where they are. Place the hands now, the palms on the outsides of the knees. So we're going to keep the legs right where they are with the hands pressing, and then push the knees out into the hands. So you're pressing the knees out into the hands as you press onto the knees with the hands. so they don't move, and just feeling that engagement in the glutes, dropping the tailbone, drawing the belly in. 1, 5 breaths here through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Good. One more exhale is 5, and just pause and relax. Maybe the palms are resting with the palms down on the knees. Let's exhale through the mouth just to soften a little bit. Maybe you close your eyes. So just a moment, a few moments of stillness together. Just noticing when you are breathing out, noticing when you are breathing in. Noticing where your body is touching the earth, and that might mean your chair, so your bottom on the chair, your feet on the ground, even the sensation of hands on the knees. So I'd like to take a moment, just because we've spent some time cultivating some clarity and some contact with the present moment. You might just sense really what matters to you in this moment, what you care about in this moment. And it doesn't mean you have to actually know what that is, but you just at least express the interest. And so the closing intention is really just a sincere wish that our own kind of aliveness and connection to the present moment might in some way be of benefit to others and ourselves. So you might just sense what that means to you today, if anything. It's okay if it doesn't. Just be still. Thank you so much for getting here today. It's great to see everybody.